welcome back to No Bias Hoops. Today, we're going to be talking about the Miami Heat and why they might be in trouble. The Miami Heat just lost Caleb Martin in free agency to the 76ers, and at this point, I think the Heat are beyond repair. They went to the finals just 2 years ago, but that offseason, trying to get Damian Lillard, they lost Max Strus and Gabe Vincent. And they probably lost the trust of Tyler Hero, who was in lots of trade talks. This season, they lose Caleb Martin, and after a very mediocre season, I think it's time for them to reset. I think they could get a lot for Bam Adebayo. He would definitely be the hottest player on the market that you could get right now. And Jimmy Butler, you could definitely get a lot too, but he is older, so who knows. But I have an idea. What if instead of trading Bam Adebayo, you just trade Jimmy Butler, and then you go till the trade deadline, because I believe the Heat don't have their pick this year. You go till the trade deadline, see what Bam can do with the team. If you get a really good deadline offer for Bam, then you move him. If you don't, then you go, and then you just be in the play-in this season. And then you trade Bam in the offseason and heavy tank next year. It makes sense for me. I think Jimmy Butler would probably be a bigger trade piece than Lauri Markkanen, but Lauri is also younger, so not really sure. But again, I think the Warriors are a prime target to land Jimmy Butler because they have the young guys. They have Brandon Podziemski. They have Jonathan Kuminga, who someone in my last video commented that Jonathan Kuminga is not very good and he's on a one-year deal, so it's not really a good thing for a potential. But I'm like, one, there's bird rights on Kuminga, so they're going to be able to re-sign him no problem. And two, if you're a rebuilding team, it's not a problem to re-sign players that aren't win-now players. So the Warriors have picks and they have young players. It makes the most sense for me. The Kings are kind of off the table now with the DeMar DeRozan trade. And I mean, there's some teams out there, but the Miami Heat are in the most trade talks too. So I don't know if there's a trade for Jimmy Butler. I think you could, but you might have to go a lower offer. But I'm pretty sure the Warriors would go all in for Bam Adebayo. It kind of depends how much Miami values Bam, though, because really the Warriors trade would be Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, Jonathan Kuminga, 2 first-round picks, and then maybe Kevon Looney. That's a good package, but Bam Adebayo is one of the best defenders in the league. He's an all-star. He's still pretty young. He's 28, I believe. I think you could get more than that. So that's why it makes sense to trade Jimmy now at probably his highest value. Definitely not his highest value in his career, but his value is only going to go down from here. And then you see what Bam can do with Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Kel'el Ware, who looks actually pretty good in the Summer League, and then whoever you get in the Jimmy Butler trade. If they're really bad, then at that point you might as well trade Bam. But if there's not a deal for Bam at the deadline, then you just go make the play-in, see what you can do, and then trade Bam in the offseason. It makes sense, but the Heat are in a dark place. They traded one of their first for Terry Rozier. Didn't really work out at all. And they don't have their picks. They have one good young player, maybe two, because Kel'el Ware is pretty good. But they're in trouble. And they have to make some drastic move, because if they just play this season out, it's going to be horrible for them long term. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos and see you next time on No Bias Hoops.